Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Mark Clemens Postcards. Last Sunday, my wife and I had an opportunity to take a day for ourselves, and we decided to head up to one of our favorite places of all. That is the Duncansville Antique Co-op up near Altoona, PA, and that's what we did. We were welcomed into the store by the manager, Potato. He is always there to greet customers and help them get around the store. And I was fortunate enough to find a little booth that had some boxes of postcards, and so I set myself to work there, and I'm going to show you what I found. So we have 5 full postcard boxes, some various trays and baskets with postcards, and a very nice railroad-related album to look through. So this is what I came away with. We've got a stack of cards. As you can see there, it's a pretty thick stack. It come out to about 92 cards. They're all in sleeves pretty much. And I also picked up this album. Move that light out of the way. It's an album of cards. And it is full of railroad type related cards. We have railroad depots. There's a few other things in here that are not railroad depots, but the majority of what's in here are depots. And just a lot of really nice cards in here. And I was able to pick this album up at a price that I considered very good for what I was getting. There are a total of 300 cards in here, and I was able to get them for less than $1 a piece. And as I said, I think there's some pretty nice cards in here. Nothing that I think wouldn't sell for at least $5 a piece, and but there are definitely some other cards that are will be higher priced than that. So as far as this album goes, it's awkward to try to look through it as an album, and the pages want to fall out of it. So what I'm going to do, like I usually do, is take the cards out of the album, and then we'll look at them one by one. Okay, I've taken all these postcards out of the album so we could look at them better, so let's go through them. Railroad, nice railroad train card. Another railroad card. Railroad. Kind of self-explanatory, I guess. Looks like Penn Central train there. Pennsylvania Railroad. Pennsylvania Railroad. Pennsylvania Railroad. Railroad. Pennsylvania Railroad. This is a locomotive at Horseshoe Curve near Altoona, PA. Steam locomotive approaching Horseshoe Curve. Pennsylvania Railroad caboose. Another locomotive. Train crossing a bridge. Locomotive on the move. Pennsylvania Railroad train there. Eastbound freight on the Horseshoe Curve. Diesel on the west slope of the Horseshoe Curve. This one's not identified, but it looks like the Kinzu Bridge that collapsed some time ago. I'm not sure, but I have to check on that one. Here's the North Philadelphia Station in Philadelphia, PA. Monongahela Incline, Pittsburgh, PA. Pennsylvania Railroad Station in Harrisburg. Public Square in Cleveland, Ohio. This is the power plant in Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania. Exterior of the Duquesne Garden in Pittsburgh, PA. River Drive and Tunnel, Fairmount Park, Philadelphia. 9th Street Bridge, New Kensington, Pennsylvania. Steelworks in Pittsburgh. This is the East Broad Top Railroad. This is the Pennsylvania Railroad Bridge in Philadelphia. Ohio Street looking west on the north side of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Nice street view there. This is the Westinghouse Works in East Pittsburgh, PA. Rockville Bridge near Harrisburg. Coal fleets on the Ohio River in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh again. The harbor, the point, and 3 rivers from Mount Washington. Tunnel Hill on Bucktail Trail between Driftwood and Emporium, Pennsylvania. See some railroad tracks along the river there. 5th Avenue View in Pittsburgh, PA. Westinghouse Air Brake Company near Pittsburgh. Baltimore and Ohio Railroad Station, Wheeling, West Virginia. Union Station, Washington, D.C. Elevated Railroad in Philadelphia, PA. Broad Street, Pennsylvania Railroad Station, Pittsburgh. New B&O Depot, Wheeling, West Virginia. Union Station and Columbus Memorial Fountain. Union Station, Washington, Washington, D.C. Okay, this is the switchback in Pennsylvania's Black Forest. You can see the railroad tracks running along there. This is the railroad terminal in Newark, New Jersey. This is an interior view of the Union Station in Washington, D.C. This is the Lincoln Avenue and PR Railroad Bridge in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. A view in Harrisburg, PA, Market Square, some trolleys. Union Station, Washington, D.C. Inspection Station, El Paso, Texas. Elevated Railroad in Philadelphia, PA. Michigan Central Railway Station, Detroit, Michigan. Girard Avenue Bridge, Philadelphia, with a little ad for Zeno Gum. Baltimore, Maryland, Mount Royal Station. Union Depot in Detroit, Michigan. New Michigan Central Station, Detroit. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This is the Bank for Savings. Rockville Bridge in Harrisburg, PA. This is Baltimore, Pennsylvania. Battle Monument. Again, we have the trolley, so I guess that would be why this person considered it railroad when they assembled this album. This is the Northern Ohio Railway Bridge over the Ohio Canal in Akron, Ohio. UP train on the Fort Steele Bridge in Wyoming. Inclined Railway, Pittsburgh, PA, Mount Washington, Inclined Railway. Herald Square in New York City. Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, D.C. This is a pretty common view that you see a lot of. Juniata Valley and Jack's Narrow in Pennsylvania. Commercial Hotel in DuBois, Pennsylvania. A lot of creasing on that one. East Long Avenue in Du Bois, PA. Lots of creasing there and a chunk out of the corner. So unfortunately, that card isn't going to be worth anything. Lehigh Valley Station in Geneva, New York. Iron Mountain Depot, St. Louis, Missouri. This is Pittsburgh, PA, railroad station on the north side. Again, got some heavy creasing there. Union Pacific Station, Omaha, Nebraska. Nice real photo view. This is Hollywood Boulevard from the Chinese Theater in Hollywood, California. Trolleys again, so we're keeping that railroad theme. Broad and Market Streets in New Jersey, Newark, New Jersey. Market Street at Night, Philadelphia, PA. Corner of Public Square in York, Pennsylvania. Scene on the Ohio River at Ben Avon near Pittsburgh, PA. Looking down Market Street, San Francisco, California. Baltimore and Ohio Depot in Cumberland, Maryland. Creasing and a chunk out of the corner. Hotel Pennsylvania, New York, pretty common card. Columbus Circle and Monument in New York. There's a nice inclined plane in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. I sell a fair amount of those. Here's a neat card looking at the East River Tunnel in New York, and here's the waterway above and the tunnels below. Euclid Avenue at Night in Cleveland, Ohio. This is the Pittsburgh Streamliner trolley in Pittsburgh. Yes, real photo view in Philadelphia, Broad Street Station. Market Day in Lancaster, PA. You can see a lot of Amish people in attendance there. Pennsylvania Station, New York City. Buffalo and Washington Flyer near Renovo, PA. See the train in the distance. Back to Philadelphia, Main Post Office and Railroad Station. Closer view of the railroad station in Philadelphia. Lancaster, PA, Penn Square and monuments. Great Gorge in Niagara Falls, New York area. Approaching Ocean City on the Atlantic City and Shore Railroad, Ocean City, New Jersey. Pack Saddle, Pennsylvania Railroad. State Street, West Fremont, Ohio. Entrance to Lincoln Park and the pay-as-you-enter car right there. View at Camp Westfall near Mifflinburg, Pennsylvania. On heavy postmark cancellation there. Here's a neat one. Rapid Transit in Middletown, Ohio. This is a horse-drawn trolley. That's pretty cool. Here we have the Union Pacific Depot in Las Vegas, Nevada. The Hershey Station, Hershey, Pennsylvania. And this is a candy bar size card. They used to put these inside a wrapper with a candy bar and kind of a prize, like Cracker Jack prize. So there's a lot of these candy size cards, as you can see. About the same width as a standard postcard, but it's not as tall. Here is a view in Slatington, PA. This is Upper Main Street, but again, we have that trolley coming up the street. Cincinnati, Ohio, entrance to Eden Park. Trolley going across the bridge. This is the view of the West Branch Valley, west of Renovo, PA. Railroad tracks curving around there. And our last card in this pile is a view on Pine Street, Williamsport, Pennsylvania. It's a trolley way down the street there. Okay, got another stack here. This is the westbound receiving yard for Pennsylvania Railroad in Pitcairn, PA. Lots of freight cars there. South side of Center Square, Easton, PA. Again, we got our ever-present trolleys. 6th Avenue Decaying Club, Pittsburgh, PA. Trolleys. View at Dorney Park in Allentown, PA. Trolley in the distance. This is Dorney Park was an amusement park. I think it's still in operation today. Here is a trolley in the Rock Hill Furnace, Pennsylvania. Here is the Wabash Railroad Station in Pittsburgh. P&LE Railroad Depot, Pittsburgh. South Virginia Avenue in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Market Street Station in Newark, New Jersey. Center Square by Night in York, Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh, Fort Wayne, and Chicago Railway Station in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Fort Wayne Station, north side of Pittsburgh. That is the same station, yeah, I believe. Fort Wayne Station again in Pittsburgh. Different, same station, but a different, slightly different view. Union Station, Nashville, Tennessee. Switchback Signal Tower, Rockville, Pennsylvania, on the Pennsylvania Railroad. New P&R Bridge in Philadelphia, PA. Here is the Rockville Bridge. We've seen a couple probably already, and we will see a couple more of the Rockville Bridge, popular subject for postcards. Union Station and Skyline, Kansas City, Missouri. There's the Rockville Bridge again, longest stone bridge in the world, near Harrisburg, at least longest at the time. Rockville Bridge again, longest stone arch bridge, Harrisburg, PA. Rockville Bridge, Harrisburg, PA. Post Office and Railroad Station in Philadelphia. Broad Street Station, Philadelphia. Pennsylvania Railroad under the Hudson River. Again, like a similar car we looked at a couple minutes ago. There's the ships in the water above, and underneath the water down here in the tunnels we have railroad cars. God, that's kind of a neat view. I like that. Pennsylvania Railroad Station, Philadelphia. Seen a couple of those. Here's another one, Broad Street Station, Philadelphia. Here is the Wabash Passenger Station in Pittsburgh. Again, the Wabash Station in Pittsburgh. Union Station, Washington, D.C. Wabash Station in Pittsburgh during a flood. Philadelphia and Reading Station, Harrisburg, PA. The Rockville Bridge in Harrisburg, PA. Pennsylvania Railroad Station in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Broad Street Station, Philadelphia, PA. The Rockville Bridge, Harrisburg, PA. Rockville Bridge, Harrisburg, PA. Michigan Central Station, Detroit, Michigan. Rockville Bridge, Harrisburg. Anybody out there needs some postcards of Rockville Bridge, let me know. Here we have a PA trolley, depart South Hill Junction in Pittsburgh. Colorful looking trolley there. Another trolley in Pittsburgh area, Mount Washington. The Narrows in Dauphin, PA. Westinghouse Office and Works, East Pittsburgh, PA. Here we have the blast furnaces near the Monongahela River in Pittsburgh. This card is really hammered, heavily creased, big tear at the bottom, unfortunately. Neat view, but not worth anything. Union Pacific Station, Cheyenne, Wyoming. The Old Stone Bridge in Johnstown, PA. This bridge survived the 1889 flood. Much of the debris came flooding down here and stopped at the bridge. It built up at the bridge, and but it did survive, and it's still there today. Here is Grand Central Terminal, New York City. This is a view of the Flatiron Building in New York. Pennsylvania Railroad Station, Lancaster, PA. Trinity Building and Church in New York. This is a view of the Edgar Thomson Works of Carnegie Steel Company near Pittsburgh. Pennsylvania Depot, Jersey City, New Jersey. West Shore Bridge, Catskill, New York. Hudson Tunnel and Ferry Entrance, Jersey City, New Jersey. Elevated Curve in New York. Again, a very damaged card. It's delaminating, as you can see. I sometimes get cards like this, and if they're otherwise not in bad shape, you can glue these back together and make them presentable again, but this one's kind of beyond repair. Memorial Fountain in Union Station, Washington, D.C. Grand Central Terminal, New York City. Grand Central Terminal, New York City. Union Station in Washington, D.C. Pennsylvania Station in Baltimore. Got a little bit of damage on that one. Austin Glen showing Catskill Creek in the Catskill Mountains of New York. Otis Railway and Catskill Mountain House, Catskill Mountains again. That's a neat looking card, I like that one. Waiting Room, North Station, Boston, Massachusetts. Public Library, Boston, Massachusetts. Public Library again, Boston, Massachusetts. Looks like essentially the same view as the card before. Here's the world's fastest locomotive, the Pennsylvania Railroad number 7002, record 127.1 miles an hour, as seen at the Chicago Railroad Fair in 1949. Here's a view from Mountain Road in Mock Chunk, PA. Along the French Broad River in the land of the sky. Union Station, Washington, D.C. Union Square, New York, and the ever-present trolleys. All right, grab another stack here. Let's see what we have. The Heart of Cleveland, Ohio. Let me adjust this up a little bit so you can see better. Heart of Cleveland, Ohio. Here is Pack Square and Patton Avenue in Asheville, North Carolina. This is the Bear Mountain in Mock Chunk, PA. Again, panorama of Mock Chunk, and there's the mountain, as you can see in the center. It's a real photo postcard. This is the H&BT Depot in Hummel, Pennsylvania. Here looks like a railroad wreck. It says, it's hard to read this. I'm going to have to look at a magnifying glass, but it says Iowa Falls, and it's dated 1912. So that's an interesting looking card. I'll have to do a little bit more research on that one. Here's some people in kind of a touring car where you would get in and take a sightseeing tour of something. I'm not sure where this is located. I'll have to, again, maybe look closer with a magnifying glass, see if we can find any information there. This one says on the back, it talks about a flood. These are railroad tracks near a river, and it was apparently, this area was completely flooded. This is as the water is receding, and you can see a lot of ice that was left behind there. This is the third rail cars of the Oneida Railway in Canastota, New York. And here's the trolley car over here on this side, and then the main railroad tracks on this side. So I assume that's why this is the third rail, this trolley service, and the regular trains right over here. Pretty neat looking card. Traction Terminal Station, Indianapolis, Indiana. Superior Street Viaduct, Cleveland, Ohio. Union Station, Toledo, Ohio. Get more centered up here. Union Passenger Depot, Pittsburgh, PA. Pennsylvania Station, Pittsburgh. These next few cards are all the same railroad station, just different views, angles, and eras. Again, Pittsburgh, PA. Same card there. It's a duplicate. Same station, different angle. Same station, older view. Older view, but different angle. Older view, different angle. Same station in Pittsburgh. Same station. Lots of the same railroad station, but you can see how many different versions of it there are. Some of these are similar and some are not. I think we've had enough of this station. We need something new. Here we go. The Square and Monument, Soldiers Monument in Lancaster, PA. The Frick Building in Pittsburgh, PA. 8th Street Bridge at Night, Allentown, PA. Elevated Railroad Bed in Philadelphia. Pittsburgh, PA. Wood Street, corner of 4th Avenue. Unfortunately got a chunk out of the corner, so that kind of takes that card out of the running for anything. Here's a bird's eye view of the Rockville Bridge. We've seen quite a few cards of Rockville Bridge. Here's a B&O station in Pittsburgh. That's a nice view. Allentown, PA, Lehigh Valley Station and the Viaduct. Colorado and Southern Railroad Station in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Greyhound Bus Terminal, Pittsburgh. There's a double-decker trolley that used to run in Pittsburgh, PA. This is the coal yard and lumber yards in Williamsport, Maryland. Hey, there's that railroad station again in Pittsburgh that we just saw so many cards of. And there it is again. And there it is again. And there it is again. And there it is again at night. Here we have Union Station in Erie, Pennsylvania. This is Main Street in Akron, Ohio. Little rough condition on that one. Creases, some paper loss. Public Square and Potomac Street, Hagerstown, Maryland. Here is an interior, the waiting area at the Wabash Depot in Pittsburgh. I do have good luck with interior views of like railroad stations, interior views of railroad cars themselves, interior views of ships. All those interior types seem to do well. This is looking east from Northern Boulevard Viaduct in Albany, New York, and see that train a-coming. Here's Midway Union Station, St. Louis, Missouri. I have been here and walked through here. It's really neat, this giant covered area where the trains go through. Here we have Wabash Station in Pittsburgh. We've seen that one a few times. Here again is an interior view of that Midway Union Station in St. Louis. Erie Depot, Elmira, New York. That's a nice looking card with the train that's there. Here's the Park Hotel and Railroad Station in Williamsport, PA. That one's a little bit creased up. And this is the Pennsylvania Depot in Salem, Ohio. Okay, this is the last stack we have here. This is seen along the Erie Railroad and the Delaware River. This is the Pennsylvania Station, New York City. In the foothills of the Allegheny along the Conemaugh, Pennsylvania Railroad. You can see the tracks just vanish into the distance. Here's a neat card from the Railway Express Company. You can see like the Pony Express days up until the railroad and then airlines as well. Starting a second century of service. Neat advertising. The freight yards in Indianapolis, Indiana. Railroad Station in Harrisburg, PA. Fifth Avenue Bridge, McKeesport, Pennsylvania. Bird's eye view of Mauch Chunk, PA. Here is the Cumberland Valley Railroad Bridge in Harrisburg. We have seen this bridge. Looking down the Castle Shannon Incline on the south side of Pittsburgh. This card usually sells unless I've had that one before. Here's the Duquesne Incline Plane in Pittsburgh, PA. As I said earlier, incline planes tend to sell well. Here's the Smithfield Street Bridge in Pittsburgh. Railroad Station, Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Cumberland Valley Bridge in Harrisburg. The offices of the New York, New Hampshire, and I don't know, H is at Hudson Railroad, New Haven, Connecticut. Here's a view of the Broadway Limited, a nice close-up view of the locomotive pulling a passenger train. We have two identical cards here. Nice colorful card. Cascade Mountains in Washington. This is Pennsylvania Railroad YMCA in Canton, Ohio. Depot and Train Shed, Roanoke, Virginia. St. Peter's Dome, Short Line in Colorado. Must be Dome up there. Queen City Hotel and B&O Station, Cumberland, Maryland. Pennsylvania Station, Plymouth, Indiana. Ogden Union Depot, Ogden, Utah. Genesee River Upper Falls in Rochester, New York. Victory Boys Homeward Bound, Camp Merritt, New Jersey. So there's some soldiers homeward bound after the war, White Border era. That's got to be World War I era. Here's a railroad station in Elliott, Maine. If you can get past the livestock here, you can get to the railroad station. Here's the passenger station, East Providence, Rhode Island. Passenger station, Tampa, Florida. Cumberland Railroad Station, Hagerstown, Maryland. This one's again a little beat up, lots of creases, nicks. Union Pacific Depot and Park, Rawlings, Wyoming. Big Four Depot, Robinson, Illinois. Pennsylvania Railroad Station, Salem, Ohio. LS&MS Depot, Bellevue, Ohio. That's a nice one. This one also feels a little bit like it's delaminating. But this one is in otherwise good enough condition to me. I can glue that back together to get that to stiffen back up again and hold the card presentable, and that will be sellable. Cumberland Valley, Norfolk and Western Railroad Station, Hagerstown, Maryland. I think we just saw a card similar to that. The Ferry House in Camden, New Jersey. Pennsylvania Depot and Hotel in East Palestine, Ohio. Hotel and Viaduct, Knoxville, Tennessee. Lehigh Valley Station, Geneva, New York. Burlington Station, Alliance, Nebraska. Union Depot, Portland, Oregon. Latta Creek Trestle, Spokane, Washington. Erie Station, Port Jervis, New York. Overhead Crossing State Road, Fort Johnson, New York. Madison Avenue in Memphis, Tennessee. Entrance to Detroit River Tunnel in Detroit, Michigan. Chicago, Milwaukee, and St. Paul Depot in Great Falls, Montana. Railroad Station, Gloversville, New York. Cherry Street looking north, Vicksburg, Mississippi. Pennsylvania Railroad Station in Kane, Pennsylvania. Got a tear up at the top, unfortunately. Pennsylvania Railroad Depot in Latrobe, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania Railroad in York, Pennsylvania. Passenger Depot, Lock Haven, Pennsylvania. Lots of Pennsylvania. P&R Station, Williamsport, Pennsylvania. And look, one here in my hometown of Greensburg, Pennsylvania Railroad Station. I have this card in my own collection. CBR Station, Chambersburg, PA. What do we got here? Cornwall and Lebanon Station in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. View from East Towanda in Towanda, Pennsylvania. Passenger Station, Harrisburg, PA. Ligonier Valley Railroad Station, Ligonier, Pennsylvania. Here's the Lehigh Valley Station, Hazleton, PA. Main Street Station, Pennsylvania Railroad, Washington, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania Railroad Passenger Station, Braddock, Pennsylvania, near Pittsburgh. East Liberty Station, East Liberty, Pennsylvania, also a suburb of Pittsburgh. And last card here is the railroad station in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. So lots of nice railroad stations there towards the end of that. That's all the cards for that album. There were some, duplicate cards and maybe a lot of cards of certain areas, but overall some really nice cards in there. And for what I paid for the album, I think I can do rather well with the cards in here. That was everything in the album, so now let's take a look at the cards I picked out of the postcard boxes. First up, we have the Roger Williams Inn in Green Lake, Wisconsin. That's a real photo postcard. This is St. Francis Church in Dyersville, Indiana. It's another real photo view. The Avon Inn in Avon, New York. Real photo. Let's see. Madison on the Lake, Ohio. It is Madison Township Park. Real photo view. Another view in Madison Township Park in Madison on the Lake, Ohio. Real photo view. Here's a real photo of Lake Delton, Wisconsin. And here is a greeting. It says, "Greetings from Indiana, Pennsylvania." And the writing is done in glitter. Here's a generic greeting. Greetings from Huntington, PA. Just a generic kind of a lake scene. But these generic scenes do sell well. Here's one, greetings from Bolivar, Pennsylvania. Again, just a generic country scene. Here we have a view in Jamestown, North Dakota. This says Riverview. View in Florida. This is the Hotel Boca Grande in Boca Grande, Florida. Another generic greeting. Greetings from Bolivar, PA. Kind of a farm scene there. Greetings from Huntington, PA. A country scene. Latrobe, PA. This is the ME Church and the Presbyterian Church in Latrobe. Here we have another real photo. This is Livonia, PA. It says Stovers. I'm not sure what Stovers was. I'll have to look into that a little bit more. Another real photo. This is Winter Lodge in Little Moose. And I think this card here is the same view, just a little maybe easier to read. It says Winter Lodge, Little Moose. On the back it says Little Moose Lake. I can't really read that, so I'm going to have to do a little research to figure out where that is. Here is a view in Norfolk, Virginia. This is the Greyhound bus terminal and restaurant. And this is an interesting view. This is actually at Her Foods Company in Nottingham, PA. They are getting a load of fresh potatoes, and that's how they unload the potatoes. Rather than take them off by hand, they just raise up the truck and dump them out into a big hopper system or a conveyor system that takes the potatoes inside the factory there. And this is also from Her's Potato Chips as one of their delivery vans. Here we have another real photo. This one's hard to see, but it says Albert something first pen. He's got chickens there. Somebody raising chickens. Again, I have to do a little research on that, but that was interesting. Here is another greeting. This is Come to Me in Snowshoe, PA, a romantic couple there. Idlewild Park, that's in Latrobe, Ligonier, Pennsylvania area. Another real photo, Harlan, Kentucky, showing the business section. Here's a transportation car, the steamship. This is the RMS Leuthia, if I'm reading that correctly. Steamships, old steamships are good sellers. Another real photo, or yes, it is a real photo, I believe. Fort Ligonier in Ligonier, Pennsylvania. View, this is Lincoln Highway approaching Grandview Point, west of Bedford, Pennsylvania. This is where the Ship Hotel was located. Here is another view in Idlewild Park in Ligonier, PA. This is the boat lake. Here is a view on the Pennsylvania Turnpike. It says a view of Somerset County from above the highway. Another Lincoln Highway card. This is at Juniata Crossings. Here you see a covered bridge. This is east of Bedford, Pennsylvania. Another Pennsylvania Turnpike. This is a Bedford interchange. Here is Mammy's Kitchen in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Nice restaurant view. Another generic greeting. This says the road near Saltillo. And we see a postmark on the back says Saltillo, PA, so we know where that is. A neat advertising. This says this is advertising for Kool-Aid. We all recall Kool-Aid as kids, but this is served in bottles. And another one for Kool-Aid in bottles. I thought those were unusual. Nice advertising cards. Railroad station here in Punxsutawney, PA. Nice railroad station. And lastly, for this batch, a view on South Richard Street in Bedford, and we can see the Fort Bedford Inn on the Lincoln Highway. Okay, another handful of cards here. Here we have the Wallace Motor Court in Wallace, South Carolina. There we see a gentleman unloading his luggage, unloading or loading his luggage, one of the two. Here is a trailer park in Florida. See all the old style campers and trailers there. There's a nice roadside car. This is the Oakwood Trailer Park. And let's see, where's this? Toledo, Ohio. We have a restaurant as well as a gas station here. Here's a view in Myersdale, Pennsylvania. This is Western Maryland Viaduct. Excuse me, I'm having a little trouble talking here today. Here's another greetings written in glitter. This says greetings from McAlvary's Fort, Pennsylvania. Never heard of that place. That could be interesting. Here is a cave view. These are a view in the Wonderland Coral Caverns in Man's Choice, Pennsylvania. Another view there in Man's Choice. It says Pikes Peak in Wonderland Caverns. Another greetings from Myersdale, Pennsylvania. Here we have a view in Monessen, PA. This is the Reed Avenue Bridge. Pennant greeting says the unexpected always happens at Loyalton, PA. Look out when you are here. Expect the unexpected in Loyalton. Here is a view in Wayne County, Pennsylvania. This is the Ledgedale Village. Another view in Ledgedale Village. This is a street view, dirt street there. Here is a view in Rocky Glen Amusement Park. I know that's an amusement park because I've sold cars from there before. View in Scottdale, Pennsylvania. This is the Scottdale High School. High school's always good. Pennant greeting, all kinds of picnics in Templeton, but would be the real one for me. But you would be the real one for me, the real picnic. Templeton, PA. Here's a view in Mansfield, PA. Says Northwest Sullivan Street. Kind of an overview of the town. Here is a view of the Normal School in Indiana, Pennsylvania. You might notice as I flip some of these over, these little tags, what this dealer has done, which I think is nice, is rather than write on the postcard, as a lot of dealers do, and that's okay as long as you write with an erasable pencil. This dealer has just put little slips of paper in here that has their price on it, and then whose booth it was in, so that the person at the front can check them out properly and get the proper credit to the proper dealer. But that's nice. It doesn't mark up the card. Now, an unscrupulous person could remove these or something, but personally, I like that as a way of pricing and identifying your cards. Here is a view in Jennerstown, Pennsylvania. It says greetings from Camp Sequanota. And here it's a multi-view card. Here you can see some different scenes around the camp. A linen card. Here is a nice fire department card. This is in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. This is Susquehanna Hose Company number 9. I'm sorry, maybe the angle is making it a little hard for me to read some of these larger cards. Let me move up a little bit. Another generic greeting. This says greetings from Raystown Branch in Huntington, PA, a lake scene. Here is a Old Home Week card in Huntington, PA, September 5th through 11th, 1909, and here's the official flag. Thought that was a nice looking card, and it commemorates something a long time ago. Here another generic greeting. Greetings from Hooversville, PA, a farming type scene. This is probably a view on the Pennsylvania Turnpike. Yep, a view along the Pennsylvania Turnpike. Here we have a view in Pittsburgh, PA. This is Westview Park, On the north side, that's another amusement park in Pittsburgh that is no longer there. Here is another generic greetings from Windber, Pennsylvania, with some bears on it. Then we have a view of Lake Wallenpaupack from Miller's Boat Landing. Here we have an advertising card. This is Len Kex in Greensburg, Pennsylvania, my hometown. That's going to go in my collection. This is to check your electrical system in your car. Another generic greetings from Evans City, PA. Farm scene. Romantic couple, many nice girls and boys here in Belleville, PA. Greetings from Tidioute, PA. Again, the writing is in glitter. But always looking for the small town greetings. Here is a view in Quincy, PA. This is United Brethren Orphanage, the school building. Need to move over here and get centered up again. Keep drifting off to the left there. What do we have here? This is a view of the tower in Parker's Glen, PA, an ice tower. So, yeah, they had some bad weather there in 1905. This card is postmarked. So I found that one pretty interesting. Turn these back around. A view here in Greensburg. This is a bird's eye view of the business section as viewed from Seton Hill. This one says, why don't you live here in Greensburg, the best town on der map? So another what we would call generic greeting. Here is Dr. McCleary and his famous wolf pack. Dr. McCleary had a place up in Kane, Pennsylvania, where he had Lobo wolves, which were the only ones of their kind, I think, in the state of Pennsylvania, or possibly even in the United States. And there are several different cards that deal with Dr. McCleary and his famous wolves, and this is one of them. What do we have here? This is a Lincoln Highway view, a view on the Lincoln Highway west of McConnellsburg. And we see an old car there, and then there's also some ladies walking along the road. That probably was a lot more safer to do back then than it would be now. Here's a real photo view. This is Forksville, PA, near World's End Park. So you can see some signage there, and the car pulled over, probably the photographer's car parked there. That's a neat real photo. Here's another Lincoln Highway view on Lincoln Highway west of McConnellsburg again. Another Lincoln Highway, the horseshoe curve on the Lincoln Highway between Fort Loudon and McConnellsburg. Here we have a fire station. This is Auto Combination Chemical Engine and Horse Truck in Plainfield, New Jersey. So that's a nice fire department card. Here we have a baseball stadium, National League Baseball Park in New York. Stadium sell well. Here is something I just thought was really unusual. It says our city huckster, Al Schwartz in Erie, Pennsylvania. And Al looks like he's got a truck here and a wagon loaded down with looks like fruits and vegetables. So it says this is what they're doing with Erie trailers in Erie, PA. So that's kind of an advertising card, but unusual at the same time with the fruit and vegetable trailer. That one caught my eye. Another view on the Pennsylvania Turnpike. Another view on the Pennsylvania Turnpike. I picked these up because I collect cards from the Pennsylvania Turnpike, and I don't think a couple of these I didn't think I had them, but I wanted to check my collection and verify that. Here is a restaurant in Washington, D.C., the Lotus, and it looks like a Chinese restaurant. Here is a view in, says Capitol Street looking east from Union Depot in Jackson, Mississippi. Nice old street scene there with trolley coming down the street. Here we have another pennant greeting. It says, "I'm here at Petersburg. Wish you were here too." Petersburg, Pennsylvania. Spin these around again. Here is a view in Pottsville, PA. This is the hotel at Tumbling Run Park. That possibly could be an amusement park. Not familiar with that. I have to look into that. Here is a greetings from Poplar Run, PA. Again, wording written in glitter. Here is another scene in Pottsville, entrance to Tumbling Run Park. I've never heard of that one, so I do need to do a little research, see exactly where that was and what that was. This is a view of the bathhouse at Tumbling Run Park in Pottsville, PA. Nice water scene. Here is the view in Newmarket, Virginia. This is the Hotel Newmarket. Blue sky view. Here is a neat old steam tractor. This is the Bull Moose and the Cushing oil fields of Cushing, Oklahoma. Here is a view in Mock Chunk, PA. This is the Switchback Station and Grandview Hotel. And lastly, for this handful, this is a neat real photo, combination of things. It's a real photo. It is a Christmas greeting, and it's military. It has this soldier here on the front. It's definitely a World War I era card, and you can tell that by looking at the soldier, but the stamp box also bears that out. So I just thought this was a really, really interesting combination of topics all rolled up in one card here. Okay, another little handful here. First of all, another generic greeting. Greetings from Saxton, PA. And you see a dog there. It says, "I've been around, but I like this spot the best." Generic type greeting. Another one from Saxton. Come up and see us sometime. Greetings from Saxton, PA. A different type of generic greeting. Here's some flowers, and down here it says, "Greetings from Lansing, Colorado." Here is a view in Muskogee, Oklahoma. This is a scene in Spalding Park. Again, Muskogee, Oklahoma, another scene in Spalding Park. Still in Oklahoma, this is Tulsa, Oklahoma, and these are the Cushing oil fields. We saw earlier that neat steam tractor was in the Cushing oil field, so that's the same location as this here. Here's a view in Biloxi, Mississippi. This is looking seaward from the White House. Ornamental entrance at Polar Caves, New Hampshire. General offices of the Santa Fe Railroad in Topeka, Kansas. U.S. Arsenal and Grounds in Augusta, Georgia. Here is a view overlooking Castaic Creek, the ridge route that runs between Los Angeles and Bakersfield, California. Here's a view in Ocean Park, California. It says Broad Walk between Venice and Ocean Park. This is a like a monorail here at Hershey Park, PA. An amusement park. Here's a view, and we talked about Dr. McCleary as Lobo Wolves in Kane, PA. Here's a street scene in Kane, PA. Fraley Street. Looks like a kind of a late 50s, early 60s views. Lots of old cars, storefronts there, signage. Another view in Kane, PA. This is the Penn Kane Hotel. A view in Bellefonte, PA. This is the home of big trout. Lots of fishing going on here. Here is the Holiday Inn of Ligonier, Pennsylvania. This Holiday Inn is still in operation, I believe, today. At what first glance this looks to be a boat. We flip it over, we see this is the Tradewinds fishing fleet, and this is one of their boats that operate in the Florida Keys. So if you want to take a fishing trip, this might be the people you contact, take you out and do some fishing. Here we have an installment from the Lord's Prayer. It says, remember, keep the Sabbath day holy. There's a series of these, obviously, several different series of these of the Lord's Prayer, broken down kind of verse by verse. Or, I'm sorry, this isn't the Lord's Prayer. It's one of the 10 Commandments. But again, 10 Commandments, 10 different cards in a series with a similar theme. Those, I sell a lot of those. And lastly, we have the Normandy Plaza Hotel in Miami Beach, Florida. And there we see a bunch of happy-looking people on the beach by the hotel. And that's it for that handful. So if you find yourself in the Altoona area, be sure to stop over at the Duncansville Antique Co-op. And right across the street is the Mystic Vintage Co-op. And just a few blocks down the street is the Antique Depot. That's a large antique mall. And then they also feature an outdoor flea market. So lots to see and do in Duncansville, Hollidaysburg area. That's it for my video today. Thank you very much for watching. As always, like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.